Track metrics daily unless you hate money. In this video, we're going to talk about why tracking metrics daily matters, what it is, why it's actually simpler than you think, and I'll also give you a template of our master tracker sheet that you can use that I think you're gonna love. So this said, let's dive in. So why am I making this video? For a very long time, I didn't think that this is important, right? So I thought that, like, you know, who cares? I hate data tracking metrics. It's so boring. I don't like it, right? I'm not gonna do it. But then I noticed that when I looked at back at our best months, where we had the biggest revenue, the biggest profit, the biggest client results, like everything was like this, every single month, for some reason, and I'll tell you some of these reasons, but accidentally, I was tracking just one metric that matters, and I was doing it consistently, right? So I'll give an example. We were in this competition called the 100. So I was forced to track how much money we are making every single day, how many leads we are getting, what am I doing to get leads, right? I was used to, like, I had to track all of these things so we can actually see how, like, where are we in the leaderboard to actually win, because it was a competition between people. So because I had to do it, I was doing it, although I hated it, and it was taking me like 5 minutes a day. And I've had more growth than ever, because what was happening is that I was either writing down the number of what I was tracking every day, the one metric that matters the most in my company. Let's say sales calls booked. How many sales calls did I book today? I was every day like writing down 2, next day 0, next day 3. And then what was happening is on the days where it was low, so I was writing down 0, for example, or 1, whatever, I was always thinking, hey, why? Why is this low? So I was identifying the reason, the hypothesis that I have, and I was trying to improve and fix it, right? I was just looking at my performance, like reflecting on it and getting better. And number 2, on the days when it was working, so I was thinking, oh my God, I did book 5 calls today. It's so cool, or I've made this much revenue. Why? And I thought, oh, because I did this thing, I made this video. Oh, my video that I made last week that just went live got me this client, right? So maybe I should make more videos like this. Although I did it a week ago, now I saw the result, so I should make more videos like this, and in a week I'm gonna see the results. So now when you win, you know why. When you don't win, you know why, so you can improve. So you start seeing patterns and trends. So this is super important. So unless you hate money, because I apparently did, you need to track metrics every single day. And since then, every single time that I have been doing this, and now for full transparency, I have my team that does this and helps me with this, because I'm not good at it, I don't like it. But the main thing is that the business does it. I don't have to do it. The business needs to be doing it. And in my business, I have a team that can help me with that. But it can be you in the beginning, and later you can use AI tools. I will share with you some of them today. You can have an assistant that will help you with that too, or any of your team members. And having visibility data into your company is one of the most important things that you can do, okay? Now, again, the best months always had a pattern. I was tracking what mattered every single day. Every single time I looked back, for any reason, right, that I was doing it. So whenever I started doing it consistently, everything in our business blew up because I saw patterns. Because when you do everyday work, most of it is just noise. It's not signal. But when you track, you identify what is actually the 20/80 that gets you the best results, and you double down on these activities that actually move the needle forward, all right? And what gets measured gets improved. This is like a proven thing, right? There's studies that when people want to lose weight, for example, if they just weigh themselves every day, more of them lose weight versus the ones that don't. Even if the people that weigh themselves do nothing else, they don't exercise, they don't do anything, just being aware of your weight and having a goal, you subconsciously start being more intentional and conscious about, oh, should I eat this? Should I do this? Or maybe instead of going on a car, I'll walk here. And then you unintentionally start making progress towards where you want to go, because your subconscious mind sees where you are, where do you want to go, and it finds the patterns to help you be more efficient. Because our organism, our minds, our subconscious minds, they love saving energy. So they want to get the result with as little effort as possible. So they automatically find patterns, and they help you generate ideas to actually get to your goal in a more efficient way. So just starting to do this is already going to help you. So now let me show our master tracker that you can take inspiration from, that will be down below. And then over time we'll be updating even more trackers for specific areas and departments of the business. So we'll be adding this as we go, so you can just copy them. But right now I will show you this one. You can use this. If you already have one, then great, use yours. There is no master secret tracker. The best tracker is the one that you use. It can be literally on a physical piece of paper, or on Google Notes, or on Google Docs. Everything matters. It just needs to be accurate. You need to do it consistently, and it needs to be simple, and you need to use it. That's the main thing that matters, okay? You don't need fancy, complicated dashboards or anything like that. Even companies that I know that are making more than $20, $30 million a year in our industry, 90% of them are using very simple Google Sheets, tracking reports, something that's clear, simple, so you can actually use it, right? So that's super important. So this said, let me actually show this example. So if you want, you can use that. All right, so this is the one that is right now in the description that you can go and just copy. So as you can see, what we have here is we have the daily tracker. So you have the date of today. You have leads, by the way, feel free to change these fields, right? This won't be relevant for some of you, will be relevant for some of you. But leads, everyone should track, right? If you're selling with calls, then calls booked. If not, then opt-ins, conversations, whatever. Whatever is the leading indication of sales. Then sales, how many sales have you made? How much cash collected do you have? Your pay in full rate. So if your program is $5,000, but you also have a payment plan, what percentage of people pay the full amount? What percentage pay in payment plans? Refunds, if you have any. Your customer satisfaction score, if you are tracking it. If not, then we'll have separate modules about this as well, where you simply ask people from 1 to 10, how likely are they recommend your service or product to their friend? And you just, every day, if you have this data every day, if people are filling out every day, you can track that as well. And then notes on the day, what went well, what didn't, why it's going well or not well, etc. Then the monthly summary. I set this up in a way that it will automatically, if you just do this daily, calculate the monthly salary for you here. But there might be some bugs. So if they don't work, then it's possible because people use different operating systems and different computers. So if that works like that, feel free to put it into AI, test it and tweak it for you. It's super easy to do. So this actually works. And also created the dashboard section as well, where again it can actually show you if you are on target or not, your leads, what is the difference between what metric you should be hitting and how far ahead are you, or how close are you to this. And I also have the how to use menu as well, which tells you step by step what you need to do, right? Daily, 5 minutes, open the daily tracker tab, enter today's date in column. In this format, fill in leads, calls booked, sales, cash collected, painful refunds, customer satisfaction score if you have it. Add a short note if anything stands out. Step 2, check your dashboard, 2 minutes anytime. Open the dashboard tab, your numbers are already there. Set your monthly targets once in the blue cells. They stay until you change them. Green on track, yellow at risk, red off track. You can act accordingly. Monthly review, 30 minutes. Open the monthly summary of day 1 of each new month. All metrics are already calculated by month. No copy pasting needed. Compare months side by side. Look at patterns in your best months. All right? And this is metric definitions, leads, and in your prospect who enters your pipeline, and then all of the other definitions as well with examples so you know what these terms actually mean. Tips, consistent daily entry beats perfect weekly entry every single time. If you miss 3 days, it's literally almost impossible to go back and find the data for these 3 days. So you just need to build that habit of consistently doing this every few minutes a day, because then you will grow faster. If refunds rate climbs, check the same period's customer satisfaction score. They tell the same story. Painful rate is a proxy for buyer confidence. Low pay if something in your offer or sales process needs work. The best months have a pattern. The monthly summary will show you what it is. And this is why we are doing this, because we are going to identify patterns and double down on the things that actually move the needle in your business. So go use it. If it's too complicated, you don't have to use this. You can download this, put it into AI, ramble for a few minutes of what you want to track and ask it to simplify it, and it will do it for you. It's simpler than you think. And if you don't want to use this one, you can literally have a physical notebook or like Google Notes, and you can write down today's date, how much content you posted, how many leads you got, how many sales you have, and that's it. Like how many client wins you generated. You just need to track the most basic KPIs consistently. So then once you talk to us, once we ask you, hey, what's your this data? What's your this data? You have it. If you have been doing it, great, keep doing it. And you can use AI to create dashboards for you to automate this, and this is super simple. And if you haven't been doing it, please start now, so in a month you do have the data. The best time to do this was a year ago. The next best time to do this is today. And I've made this mistake of not tracking, and that's why I made less money that I could. So if you don't want to make that mistake, please don't, because you are here, you are taking action, you are doing the hard work every single day to grow your business. And because of that a little bit of laziness or not knowing how to do it, if we don't track, then most of our hard work is going to be irrelevant. So you are working hard, let's make sure that it's worth it. Let's make sure that we are putting a little bit extra effort to track, to make sure that over time we optimize our work too, so we actually get results from the work that we do. That's super important. No one wants to waste time and spend a lot of effort on something and it doesn't matter, right? No one wants it. Do you want that? No. So please track so we can identify the patterns of what best days have in common, what worst days have in common. We can look at trends every single week, every single month of if you're on track, off track, what's going well, what's not going well. And the more you do this, the more data you have month over month, the more valuable this becomes of your company. For your company, and whenever you want to get feedback from people, whenever you want to get help, whenever you want to use AI to make decisions, data is going to become the differentiator. Because if everyone can ask AI questions, if everyone can join programs and get feedback, the thing that will separate you from everyone else is how much data you have. Because the better your data, the more data you have, and the more quality and accurate your data is, and the more you do that consistently, the better the feedback and the answers and the patterns you will get, and therefore you will make better decisions in your business, and then you will get more for what you do, right? The definition of leverage as we talked about it, because you don't want to do work that like it's just activity but no progress. You want to do work that actually moves the needle forward, and that's what leverage is: identifying patterns, identifying the 20/80 of things, what works, what doesn't. So with the same amount of work, you can get even better results. So go and download the master tracker sheet, change it if you want. If you don't want to start with this, like literally track it everywhere, just do this every single day. Start with just every day writing down your metrics, and if you already do, then great. And I'll tell you this, that every single client that we have that is like our best case studies, all of them are doing this. All of them, people do it in different places. Some people in Notion, some people on Google Docs, some people on physical piece of paper, some people have complicated dashboards. Do the thing that will work the best for you. But the pattern is that all of them have data. And if that doesn't tell you that that is worth doing, then I don't think what will. I haven't done this for a very long time because I was dumb, right? So now I'm doing it, and my team is helping me with this as well. So if you have a team, you can ask them to start doing this, but make it a standard, make it a non-negotiable, because if you do this, your business will grow again. That is the pattern between all of our clients, and that's why I'm making this video. Every single one of them, we jump on a call, they have data prepared, they show how this is what has happened, what happened, that happened, and not all of them love data, right? But they do it because they do want to win. Hope this video helped. Go download it, and yeah, let's start tracking, because what we measure, we improve. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description, and you can apply to join there.